2016 garden, starting from the back corner. These beds are turning into shade. Putting some hostas in, some spring flowering bulbs, and we'll be probably filling these in with flowers along with this little walkway garden, as this tree has gotten so big that when it's in full leaf it just creates a total shade area here. I need to try to get some shade flowers that work around the tree here, but I always have trouble with the tree roots. The front garden here, I got the azalea tree from Jen's parents and Eliza's parents for Pam's funeral flower. And all of the irises are really filling in. The tete-a-tete daffodils are already done. It's April 1st right now. Most of the tulips, the established tulips, are getting ready to bloom. The Buckeye Bell peony has a flower bud on it. The Sarah Bernhardt peony here is doing really well, 4 stems this year. Have some of the things coming back, like the columbine down there. And Charlie's swing shade garden here. I try to keep most of this area clear because the kids run back and forth here, but I do have a small shade garden going here. I'm going to have the same problem with these 2 beds. I'm also planting flower bulbs and shade flowers here, as this tree is really beginning to shade these 2 beds. I pulled all the mint out of there last year, but you can see it's all coming back up again. The rhubarb I transplanted from everywhere in the garden, and it's doing really well here. So we might actually get some good rhubarb this year. We're to the front gate of the garden. This bed here is also interplanted with bulbs, but I'm going to keep planting my vegetables in it. On the inside corners here, I do have some hostas planted to match this side, so it's a more symmetrical design. But I'll likely put a few tomatoes and peppers in here. The blueberry is finally bouncing back after getting Ginger 2 years ago and her chewing up the garden. The red raspberries are doing really well. Mom's plaque need that touched up. This blueberry over here is also still recovering from Ginger. This is the cherry tree this year. A lot of leaves, but not many flowers, so maybe this still isn't our year for cherries. The peach tree, however, ooh, look at that. I really had to trim it back far to keep it sized down. That had a lot of flowers, so I think it'll be a lot of peaches, but we're having trouble with the peach leaf curl still. These main 4 beds, I have put some spring bulbs in, but I will likely keep most of this bed open for the trees to keep getting established and to grow some of my really good sun vegetables, as these are my best sun spots. This middle bed, when I installed the irrigation system, I didn't run anything to it because there's a main pathway around it. So I am going to turn this over exclusively to flowers, this center bed. I'm not sure if I'm keeping this or not, but this center planting with tulips really turned out beautiful. It really is the centerpiece of the garden. Maybe I should get some art for here. I'll think about that. Our apple tree this year. Last year we got about 50 apples. This year, oh my goodness, we're going to be doing well. The yellow raspberries are going so crazy. I'm pulling them out of other beds. They're just everywhere. This blueberry, I think, is going to be our strongest blueberry bush for this year. Not too much damage from Ginger on that one. This spot up here in this bed, I've lost 2 trees here, and I think it's because the roots of this tree just taps any other tree there. So I'm still figuring out that I've also had 2 blueberry bushes die here. So maybe that is so. These 2 beds are beginning again to get really shady, and I really just need to clean them out this year. I had overwintered potatoes, and this one was full of strawberries that aren't producing as well, so they just really need to be pulled out and refreshed. This year we did redo the gravel path that Ginger takes from the front of the house to the back in the dog run here. It's looking really nice. Can't plant too many flowers in there because that's really, see, Ginger's spot. But this is the spring garden, April 1st, 2016.